Okay, in this video, we're going to show you two things. One, the difference between a EQT Vortex Standard housing versus an EQT Vortex XL housing, how they spool, the difference in power, everything. And the other big one is the difference that Ethanol makes on the exact same car, on the exact same setup, dynoed on the exact same day. Let's get to it.
Yo.
I need like a powder person.
What?
Like a powder person to like wipe the sweat off or powder my face.
A fluffer?
Pretty shiny. Not a fluffer, that's different.
I don't want to do that.
You don't want that?
I don't want to do either.
Oh, you don't want to do that?
No.
It's sticky today, man.
I know, it's muggy. Oh, the snapping. No.
You don't like that? It's not good in the ears? Where's the mic? Right up here.
Don't do that.
Okay, so Mark 7R, another one. Another one. It is a stock engine, Mark 7 Golf R, as you guys can see. It has an upgraded turbo. It did have, as you've seen in the video, a Vortex Standard, and we switched to the Vortex XL turbine housing. It has a CTS downpipe, a CTS front mount intercooler, CTS catch can, CTS multiport injection kit with the low pressure fuel pump. It has a PM4 low pressure fuel pump module, APR cool packs, CTS intake, CTS inlet pipe, and it has a Fuel-It flex fuel sensor kit on it as well. And I think that might be it. Am I forgetting something, Clayton?
I have no idea.
The exhaust is got a stock resonator in it, but no mufflers. So it probably sounds a bit loud on the video. It is a bit aggressive.
Stock resonated in there last time?
It had nothing in it last time. It was really loud.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for me, is I have almost the same exhaust setup in my Mark 6R.
Sounds the same.
It sounds like garbage. I don't know why. Who knows?
This one sounds pretty good.
Right. And for software, it's running COBB Access port with EQT software. On the standard dyno versions that we had before, it was also EQT software, just so everybody knows. And we're doing a remote tune with Matt at EQT. So we're gonna show you a comparison between how it did before, how the XL and standard housings compare against each other in regards to spool and all that stuff. There's quite a bit of data out there for it, but same car, same dyno, same mods. We can show you like real world results. So we're gonna get to dynoing it, and then we're gonna put some ethanol in it and really see what we can make of this thing. Let's get to it. Okay, so I'm too lazy to get the tripod, so this angle is what you're gonna get. So one of the things we have to do is upgrade the low pressure fuel pump module. Comes with the entire harness, the adapter plug, everything required to basically make this as plug and play as possible. Comes with all the connectors, fuses, everything needed to get this in the car. So that is the low pressure fuel pump module. So for those that do low pressure fuel pump upgrades, once you start leaning on the fuel pump, it does require a little bit more juice, and that's what this is going to provide. So the other thing that we got that's going to help with freeing up a little bit more power is we're going to switch to the standard. We're going to switch to the XL housing. Basically the difference between the Vortex Standard housing and the XL housing is basically the IS-20 versus IS-38 turbine housing. So this is going to allow a little bit more flow, allow for more top end power, and you will sacrifice a little bit of RPM like leg. However, it's very minimal in comparison to what you can get out of it for power. So time to get this on the car. Okay, there you are. Old housing, smaller. You can't really tell too much on video, but you can see she's a little thicker up top here. So now it's time to get the larger housing in and get the actuator calibrated and stuff, and then we move on to the fuel pump module. Okay, we're ready to do our first run on this. 91 octane EQT Vortex XL and all the other mods I would have mentioned already. Okay, nice and smooth. Down on power, obviously, because this is the first run that we're doing with the new setup. But smooth as can be, it's just clearly down on boost. Okay, we should see a little bit more power this time. And we are ready. I could tell that time it had more power in it. Did 425 that time, 388 torque. So we'll have a few more revisions, and again, this is on 91 octane, so we'll have a few more revisions of this before we start throwing in the ethanol. Okay, let's see if we can squeeze any more out of this thing. Everything set, ready to go. So we got 445 that time. That'll probably do it for the pump gas stuff, which is still crazy impressive on our 91 octane. So now time to get to the good fuel and see what we can make out of this. For those that follow along with us and hear us go on about our trashy fuel all the time, I'm connected to this car, and as you can see, it has a fuelet setup on it, and you're going to see how much ethanol content our 91 octane has. E0. So let's fix that. We're going to shoot for around E40 to E50, but let's get to it. Okay, so everything's looking good so far on 91. So now it's time to mix in some ethanol and see how this little girl fares out with much better fuel. You ready for this? So less boost, more timing.
Okay.
And we were shooting for E40. We got E41. So let's see how much of a difference just changing fuel is. This will be lower boost though, but the end goal will be to see how much just changing fuel. I was about to put my seatbelt on.
I don't think
I'm not driving anywhere.
You better not need it.
All right, we got some ethanol in this thing. We are ready to finally make a full run on it. So as I was telling Clayton, this would be less boost than we were just running, but a bunch more timing, so. And we are logging, ethanol content looks good, so let's do it. Almost the same power. So 432. So I think that's probably 7 pounds of boost less, and it made 432.
Sounds pretty nasty.
Wait till the boost comes on. Just got to keep an eye on the ethanol. Make sure we're all good before we should be good from this point on, but since we just put fuel in it.
Let's see that.
I'm just waiting for it to connect. E41. Oh, it didn't connect. I lied. That's what it was before. E47. Oh, God!
Yeah. Woo.
E46. Okay, we're good. So, You ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
All right.
Okay, this one should be more boost. Should be a little more power. Okay, we're ready. It made more power. 481 that time, 404 torque. Not too bad. Look how smooth it is. You notice that? It's ethanol, man. It just, our fuel's so trashy. It's hard to compare.
I don't think you've ever said that before.
I've probably said it 30 times in this video. Just checking the content again.
Sweet. So this video here is going to be coming out after, or no, sorry, before that one, right?
It'll probably come out before that one, yeah. I would say. E47.
Woo.
Okay, Clayton. They say 500. Let's see 500. Our first MK7 R over 500 horsepower around here. That has a good ring to it. But I'll say for now. Okay, we're ready. Let's go. 507. My second guess was closer.
Are you ready or what?
Some idiot.
Are you gonna log this one?
The idiot behind the steering wheel forgot to friggin' log it.
That's a Clayton move.
Idiots.
Idiots.
But we're going to run it again. It's super smooth. So we gave it some time to cool down. Should be similar power. We made no changes at all.
Just gonna log it.
Just what?
You're just gonna log it.
I'm just gonna log it this time. I'm gonna make sure I log it.
Don't forget.
Okay. Near identical, Clayton.
What you guessed.
508. Oh yeah.
That's
what I wanted to do.
Yeah. Did you log it?
Yeah, I logged it. Yeah. Okay, this will probably be the last run. We're pretty much done. Anyways, just trying to clean it up a little bit more. And it's also creeping on 9 o'clock here, so it's getting late. But it's kind of worked out to be perfect timing. Let's see if we can squeeze a little bit more power out of this thing. Make sure I log it. Alright. We are ready. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. 523, 428 torque. Man, fuel is so good. We got a lot to talk about here. People want the data. I want to give them the data. Okay?
Data or data?
Guess it depends who's saying it. Okay, so this car, hardware-wise, there was, other than maybe the catch can and the fuel it kit, which is going to do nothing really for horsepower. 434 was the highest it did with the with the Vortex Standard housing, and it's well known that the spool difference between the XL and the Standard is about 500 RPM, which the dyno proves it is basically that. So we're at peak spool kind of at 3600, and then the XL is at about 4,100. So it's about 500 in the difference. However, if you look, again, Clayton, that 500 in the difference, for those that care, you're down about, what's that, 70 wheel horsepower? It's over that, actually. Sorry, that's torque. 70 wheel torque and about 50 horsepower in this case. So although the XL makes more top end power, it did 445. It does sacrifice spool a little bit, and you do lose a little bit of low end power. However, you got a lot more potential with it. So that's case number one. But the big difference here is when we put ethanol in this thing. So we were running 91 octane. The highest it made was, actually we'll have to pause for a second because I got my shit together. So the highest we made on 91 octane with the no ethanol at all, I showed it in the video, E0. We did 445, 391 torque.
Are you saying our fuel doesn't have any ethanol in it?
It has no ethanol in it.
And what do we use again?
And then basically the same boost. The same boost, Clayton, look. The same boost, just with better fuel. And that's not even E85, that's an E40 blend, 523, 428 torque.
This is why Dave's the fuel preacher.
Man, we get so many people in the comments that are like, oh, my car did this much power, blah, blah, blah. When you're dealing with a fuel that is crippling with no ethanol content, it really hinders power. So we want to show you what the rest of the world is able to do with ethanol. So 523, 428, the thing's pretty much maxed out at this level. Maybe with a bit more ethanol content, it would make a little bit more, but by the looks of it, that's it, we're tapped. So stock engine, Mark 7R, the most we've made on a local Mark 7R build. So far, because we got something coming. We got something coming, don't we, Clayton?
Oh, yeah.
We got something coming. So if you guys have any questions or comments, I don't know what I forgot about this thing. If you guys have any questions, obviously, we said the last car looked like an ultimate sleeper. This really isn't much different. Other than its tint, it's got tint. It looks basically stock on the outside.
A lot of stickers, too.
Yeah, support the channel. Get the merch. So, am I forgetting anything, Clayton?
Just this thing needs to focus. There we go.
I'm back in.
You're back.
Hi.
You're back.
Wrapping it up. So if you guys have any questions or comments, as always, ask them below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. And that's it. I think I fucked all that up. We should start over.